What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. Sorry I've been slow on the videos this week, but I've been having a huge amount of fun with this build that I am about to show you. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. Right, so this week we have got the Ambush GE on for another 4 days, 9 hours as of this video, but then it's going to come back. You can see we're going to get it a couple of times. So Ambush is there, and then Ambush is coming back on the 17th of March. So I thought, you know what, we'll put together a build that takes advantage of the buffs that we get with Ambush. So just to give you a very quick overview, you can see here that techs are developing a gyroscopic harness that assists in providing a stable firing platform, and they've asked us to test this field prototype. As long as you're firing from a stationary position, your attack deals increased damage. The longer you remain stationary, the larger the damage bonus. So we are going to get ourselves some extra weapon damage. How much weapon damage, you ask? Up to 200%, which is a huge amount of damage. So what is the best gun for weapon damage? Well, one of the best guns for weapon damage is the Pestilence. And you can see here, hits apply a debuff dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times. Whenever an enemy dies with this debuff, 100% of the stacks are transferred to the nearby enemy. But the damage from the Pestilence tick is actually buffed by the amount of weapon damage that you have. And we can do a lot of damage with this. So if we head into District Union Arena on Legendary, now of course you could just put a Strikers build on and put the Pestilence on and you will do a ton of damage. But I just wanted to show you my favorite build, and there's a couple of different ways you can build this as well. There's a unicorn way, there's a non-unicorn way, and we'll go over all that in just a second. But first of all, let's give it a go. So first of all, we're going to get rid of the mini tank. And you can already see we're hitting for over a mil already. I'm just going to let it spread a little bit. I don't know where it's hitting right now, but it's hitting for 2 million wherever it's hitting. 2.7 million over there now. And it's just killing the mini tank behind there. And he's not going to survive long enough, I don't think, to spread it again, which is a little bit unfortunate. That would have been nice. Well, maybe he is. Oh, we actually have. Let's just let him die. 2.7. I know I've seen it hit for over 3. Unfortunate there a little bit with the ticks. They ran out of the ticks. It's just so good. You just sit still, have a good time, and if you're struggling with any content in the game, putting this together, absolute no-brainer. I mean, you can see that it literally took 3.2 hitting there, 3.4, 3.4, 3.6. I mean, it's just everything's just dying. Just chilling there while we're casually hitting for 3.6 million somewhere. Come on, die. Wonder what it is. Or maybe it's the other chunga. I know I heard the armor break. Did you hear the armor break? Yep, there he is. See you later, mate. Yeah, it's just really, really, really good fun. So here is the build. And like I said, there is a huge amount of different ways that you can put this kind of build together. So could you just put this Strikers build on? Absolutely. It would work. You'll hit for an absolute ton of damage. Do you want to not have to stack anything and just go high end? You could go something like this. Have you not got these kind of pieces that are pretty hard to get? So for instance, the Langmore chest, getting it with crit chance, crit damage and glass cannon is pretty tough. you can change the core attribute to weapon damage. Well, in that case then, let me just hope I've got one on me. Get yourself a sacrifice. Crit chance, crit damage sacrifice with a red core attribute. Really, really easy to get, and that will do the job. Put the Lengmo on the holster. Put the Lengmo, you know, elsewhere. Like, you know what I mean? You don't need to worry too much about it. Do you have to run overdogs? No, you don't. You could run contractor's gloves instead, and they would work again really, really well. Because then what you could do is you could run contractor's gloves and you could put a Lengmo on the knee slot. There is an absolute ton of options with this build, but as you can see here, 3-piece Lengmo gives us LMG damage, which counts towards our pestilence ticks. The reason I went with the overdogs is that it amplifies weapon damage as well by 30%. Again, making the ticks bigger, but you don't have to do them. Like I said, you could do contractor's gloves if you wanted to. I really like the backbone. It's easier to get the god roll because the talent is always the same. So essentially, you're just trying to get crit chance, crit damage when you're farming, and you can change the core attribute. Again, perfectly unstoppable force, increasing weapon damage by 7% for 15 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Again, building into the weapon damage. And then with the holster, Walker Harris, 5% weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage there as well. But if you don't want to run that and you're not bothered about the ticks being so high, you could put the salvo on and take rate of fire instead. It just depends on what you want to do and where you want to put it in. You could put Foxy's knees in as well, and that would work incredibly well. It will lower the tick damage, but it'll, you know, make you hit harder as well. So a whole bunch of options here, and essentially all you need to do with the pieces that you are doing is build it to as close to 60% crit chance as you can, and everything else into critical hit damage. Now, like I said, don't necessarily worry about getting this god rolled unicorn Lengmo chest. Get 3 Lengmo in the build, but put it perhaps on the backpack, the holster, and the mask. You know, contractor's gloves can go in as an option. Foxy's Purse can go in as options. A Walker Harris holster knees could go in as options. And like I said, a sacrifice can go in as options as well. But if you don't want to run a sacrifice and you want to lower your damage just a tiny bit, but also increase your survivability, you could put a unit alloys chest piece in there if you wanted to. Up the rate of fire, but still get 24% weapon damage from perfect obliterate. That would work really well as well. You could potentially, if you really wanted to as well, put in a Petrov chest piece with glass cannon. There's a whole bunch of options that you can do. The LMG build diversity is absolutely huge, and I've probably talked about one of the builds that you are actually running, because there really isn't going to be one best go-to build here. All of these pieces give weapon damage, and they're all very close in damage as well, depending on which piece that you change. So that's going to be it for the video, but what we'll do, because the next section is like a shooting alley, we'll just give it a quick run again and see, and kind of hope that I don't die. That would be embarrassing. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's see what the striker counterpart is like. So, but what we're going to do is put in my sacrifice, which I'll grab from my stash. So we are back. We had to go and grab it from a different character, but this is what we're going with. We got less stats though. Only 105 critical hits damage, but let's see how this thing plays out. I mean, as well, there's always the thought when it comes to this, there's a million different things we could use. You could go Striker's chest piece, especially in Legendary. We're going to sit still. We're going to let the blue bar build up, just in case you weren't aware of how the global event worked. And again, really quickly hitting... You know, we're into the 2 millions again. Obviously with strikers, we've got to build the stacking up. We're not at the cap yet, but things are just dying. wonder what we'll get to with the cap. I mean, that's the only disadvantage, right? With the high end, you know, you're always going to get that certain amount of damage. Yeah, and because we can't keep the stacks up, I mean, I would probably say running Striker's chest would be overkill. You might never get the stacks to the top. Let's see now with the Chungas, though. Still not there. Still not there. And there it is now. Just, well, 2.3, just about. So you're probably about 2.5 million a tick when you're absolutely capped out on strikers. So yeah, really good still, but not as good as the high end, especially because we have to build those stacks. But yeah, get your pestilence builds out with this GE. A huge amount of fun. Sit in cover, be safe, and kill everything on the map. That's going to be it for the video, agents. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. See you later, agents. Bye bye.